After 60, many of us begin to ask the same question. How do I keep my body strong, my mind sharp, and my heart full of energy? What if I told you the secret isn't hidden in some expensive pill or complicated treatment, but right in your kitchen? Mary, a 72-year-old grandmother from Ohio, loved spending time in her garden. But she noticed she was forgetting little things, where she kept her keys, the names of flowers she once knew so well. Her energy was dipping too. A small change turned everything around for her, and that change came from something as simple as adding a handful of a certain berry to her daily breakfast. Friends, today we're going to uncover superfoods loved in America that can transform senior health. Each of these foods is backed by science, easy to find, and delicious to eat. Let's begin with the one Mary discovered, a food often called the brain berry of America. Superfood number 1, blueberries, the memory protector. Blueberries may look small, but they are packed with powerful antioxidants called anthocyanins. These are the compounds that give blueberries their deep blue color, and they're also the reason scientists call them one of the best foods for the aging brain. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that seniors who eat blueberries regularly may delay cognitive aging by up to 2.5 years. That means sharper memory, quicker recall, and less forgetfulness in daily life. Think of John, a 68-year-old retired teacher from Florida. He loved reading books to his grandkids, but noticed he was often forgetting story details. His doctor suggested adding blueberries to his diet. Within a few months, John felt more alert and confident, and his grandchildren noticed too. How can you add blueberries to your routine? Sprinkle them over your morning oatmeal. Blend them into a smoothie with Greek yogurt. Or toss them into a salad for a sweet and tart burst of flavor. Or simply keep a small bowl of fresh blueberries on the counter as a snack. And here's the good news. Fresh or frozen, blueberries carry the same health benefits. So even if it's not blueberry season, you can always keep a bag in your freezer. Remember, it's not about eating a mountain of them in one day. Even half a cup daily can support memory and brain health over time. Blueberries prove that sometimes the smallest foods have the biggest impact. Superfood number 2, salmon, the heart guardian. Think of the last family barbecue you attended. The smell of grilling, laughter, a plate piled with all the familiar favorites. Now imagine replacing one of those red meat entrees with a simple piece of grilled salmon. That small swap could become one of the kindest things you do for your heart. Meet Evelyn, 73, from Seattle. She used to love classic pot roast on Sundays. After a routine checkup, her cardiologist suggested eating more oily fish because of her high triglycerides and family history of heart disease. Reluctant at first, Evelyn tried a lemon herb-baked salmon at her grandson's insistence. A few months later, her cholesterol numbers looked better, she felt a little lighter after meals, and she had more energy for her morning walks around Green Lake. Why did a single food help? Because salmon is loaded with long-chain omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA, nutrients that are especially helpful for the aging heart and circulation. How often should seniors eat salmon?
A simple, practical rule you can use today. Aim for about 2 servings of fatty fish per week. A standard serving is about 3 to 4 ounces cooked. That's what heart health authorities recommend to gain cardiovascular benefits without overdoing it. If you prefer, 2 3-ounce servings a week adds up to about 6 ounces, an easy goal to hit with a couple of meals. Mercury and safety. What seniors should know. Seafood is a powerful source of nutrients, but some fish can contain mercury and other contaminants. The FDA and EPA advise choosing a variety of fish that are lower in mercury and following recommended serving frequencies. Good news, salmon is generally a low-mercury choice compared with larger predatory fish, so it's a safe go-to for most older adults. If you have special health concerns or eat fish every day, check the EPA, FDA guidance or talk to your doctor. U.S. Food and Drug Administration. U.S. EPA. Practical ways to add salmon to your week, step by step. Here are easy, senior-friendly ideas that fit American routines and tastes. No fancy chef skills required. Start simple. Baked filet, the 15-minute trick. Preheat oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 200 degrees Celsius. Place a 4-ounce salmon fillet on foil. Drizzle olive oil, squeeze lemon, sprinkle salt, pepper, and fresh parsley. Fold foil into a packet and bake 12 to 15 minutes. Easy, moist, low cleanup. Canned salmon is a budget-friendly shortcut. Canned salmon is a nutritious, shelf-stable option. Make a quick salmon salad. Mash with a little Greek yogurt or mustard, add chopped celery and lemon, and serve on whole grain toast or a bed of greens. Swap, don't add. Replace one red meat dinner per week with salmon. Think salmon tacos instead of beef tacos, or salmon salad instead of chicken salad. Make it family-friendly. Grill a whole salmon at a family cookout, or do salmon foil packets on the grill. It's festive and keeps the kitchen cool in summer. Leftovers are your friend. Flake leftover salmon into omelets. Mix into warm grain bowls, or fold into a comforting chowder. Keeps meal prep low effort. Try different cooking textures. Broil for a crispy top. Poach for extra tenderness, or pan-sear for a quick weeknight dinner. The flavors can be adapted to the tastes of almost any household. Choosing salmon, wild versus farmed, fresh versus frozen. Fresh or frozen. Nutritionally, frozen, salmon preserved quickly after catch keeps most of the omega-3s. Frozen is often more affordable and just as healthy. Wild versus farmed. Both provide omega-3s. Wild-caught salmon can have different fat profiles and sometimes a higher price tag. Farmed salmon is often more available year-round. Choose reputable suppliers and check labels if you're concerned about sourcing or additives. Canned salmon is usually sustainable and low cost. If you want, I'll add a quick shopping checklist in the full script. Superfood number 3, walnuts, the brain and joint booster. Have you ever noticed that a walnut looks a little like the human brain? Nature has its funny way of hinting at what foods can do for us. And in the case of walnuts, that hint is spot on. Meet Robert, a 70-year-old retired mechanic from Michigan. He'd always been active, working with his hands, fixing cars, and building birdhouses in his garage. But in recent years, arthritis made his knuckles stiff, and he worried about his memory slipping too. His daughter, a nutritionist, suggested something simple: a small handful of walnuts every day. At first, Robert was skeptical. How could a nut help his aching joints and forgetful moments? But within months, he felt small but noticeable changes. Less stiffness in the morning, a bit more energy, and sharper focus when tackling his crossword puzzles. The science simply explained. Walnuts are one of the richest plant sources of alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid. Unlike most other nuts, walnuts provide a unique blend of healthy fats, antioxidants, and polyphenols that support both brain and joint health. Brain benefits. Regular walnut consumption is linked with better memory, faster processing speed, and overall cognitive health in older adults. Some studies even suggest a slower rate of age-related cognitive decline. Joint benefits. Walnuts are anti-inflammatory. The omega-3s and polyphenols help reduce the inflammation that contributes to arthritis pain and stiffness. Heart benefits. Just like salmon, walnuts also improve cholesterol and circulation, making them a powerful ally for cardiovascular health. Think of walnuts as a triple-action food, good for the heart, the brain, and the joints. So, how much is enough? For most seniors, a small handful, about 1 ounce or 7 to 9 walnuts per day, is a safe, effective amount. That's enough to deliver benefits without adding too many calories. You don't need to overdo it. Consistency matters more than quantity. Simple ways to add walnuts to a senior-friendly diet. Morning boosts. Sprinkle chopped walnuts into oatmeal or Greek yogurt. Blend into a smoothie for a nutty richness. Snack upgrade. Replace chips or cookies with a small bag of walnuts. Mix with dried cranberries and a few dark chocolate chips for an easy trail mix. Salad crunch. Toss walnuts into spinach or kale salads with blueberries for a true brain-boosting combo. Baking substitute. Add crushed walnuts into banana bread or whole grain muffins. Walnut butter. Spread walnut butter on whole grain toast instead of peanut butter for variety. Practical tips for seniors. Keep them fresh. Walnuts can turn rancid if left out too long. Store them in the refrigerator or freezer to keep their healthy oils intact. Chewing comfort. For seniors with dental issues, try lightly toasting walnuts and chopping them finely, or blending them into sauces. Budget-friendly option. Buy in bulk and store in airtight containers. Walnuts can last months if kept cool. A note of caution. Walnuts are calorie-dense, so portion control is important, especially for seniors managing weight. Also, anyone with a tree nut allergy should avoid them. If you're on blood thinners like warfarin, check with your doctor before making walnuts a daily habit, since large changes in vitamin K intake can affect medication balance. Walnuts prove that sometimes the simplest foods, the ones you can hold in your palm, carry enormous power. For seniors in America, they're not just a snack, but a daily habit that can protect memory, ease inflammation, and keep the heart steady. As Robert from Michigan likes to say, it's just one handful, but it makes me feel like I'm giving my body a tune-up every day. Today, we explored 3 simple but powerful superfoods: blueberries, salmon, and walnuts. Each one is easy to find in any American grocery store. Each one tastes delicious, and each one carries proven benefits for seniors, protecting your memory, your heart, and your joints. Now remember, it's not about making big, overwhelming changes all at once. Start small. Maybe add a handful of walnuts to your breakfast. Swap one red meat dinner for a salmon fillet this week. Toss some blueberries on top of your morning oatmeal. Little by little, these small steps create a healthier, stronger, and happier you. And I'd like to invite you to do 2 things today. First, try adding just one of these superfoods to your meals this week and notice how you feel. And second, share this video with a friend or family member who could use a little extra boost for their health. Sometimes the best gift we can give is knowledge that helps someone we love live longer and feel better. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to Elder Soul for more science-backed, senior-friendly tips on living your best life after 60. Together, we'll keep discovering simple ways to stay strong, sharp, and full of joy. Remember, healthy living doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes it's as close as your kitchen.